Make sure that I got things going. I'm waiting for some people to come in. So, Anna, if you join us or if you're watching this as a replay, please try sending me your address again. You can send it to SuzieQstamping.com. I'm sorry, SuzieQstamping@gmail.com. Hi, Cherie. How are you? I've really missed all of you guys. Thanks for watching tonight. And if you are watching the replay, thank you very much for that.
Hi, Roberta.
So, hi, Roberta.
Island, New York.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Roberta. So when we pulled all the names together from the 27th, these are the cards, and Gina Marie Howard is the winner of these cards. So congratulations, Gina Marie. You will need to send me your your mailing address so that I can get those sent out to you. Hello, Beverly. You're watching on Facebook. So whether you're watching Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, welcome, welcome. All right, so tonight's cards are fairly simple. Have you ever just felt like you've gotten home from a trip and you're just going around in circles and not knowing what's going on? That's exactly how I'm feeling. So this is the card we're going to make. It's a bookmark card. So you have the card and then you have a bookmark that you can pull out. And then the back of it is where you can do your greeting or you can write your little note that you want. So for this card, I used the Regals 6x6 paper pack, the designer series paper. And so in that paper pack, you have several different colors. So you have all of the Regals, and then you have 2 sheets that have the hearts and the little lines, and then you have 2 sheets that have the stripe and the polka dots. And you have those all in the Regal color. So real red. I'm thinking here, it's been such a long time. Not Lost Lagoon. Pretty Peacock. And then you got Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green. I think that's Granny Apple Green. So anyway, you see all of those different colors that you have a choice to use from. Since I had not used Blueberry Bushel for a while, I thought that tonight's cards would be using the Blueberry Bushel. And I also wanted to use the stamp set In the Moment, which we've used in the past. It was a carryover for the annual catalog. So this set right here, and we're going to use the girl that's reading the book, as well as the sentiment, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. So we'll use that stamp set. I'm also using a die set that is new in the catalog this year, and it is the Nested Essential Dies. Ladies, I'm telling you, this set is so awesome. You can use it for so many different things. I have the big flag tag out because we're going to be using it tonight on one of the cards. So this is the set of the dies. Oh, I do want to welcome, I have guests in my house tonight. Well, we've had them all week. My grandson Noah and his girlfriend Julia are visiting from California. So they are sitting in here watching my live video and probably making me more nervous, but that's okay. So if you hear them chit-chatting in the background, they're not used to being quiet on my nights of my lives. And hopefully he won't get the dogs to barking. And my husband, he is out of town until Sunday, so I have the house kind of sort of by myself. All right, so what I did was I used the largest die from the set, and I cut it out from the blueberry bushel with the second to the largest. I should have just left these out. I'm working with a headache tonight, girls, and so I used this one and this one. So the kids had a good time today. They went out to Ha Tonka and walked around, and Dorothy took some pictures of them. So I cut the big one out of white, and then I also cut it out of the blue, and then I cut the center one. So I just lined them up and cut them at one time, and then that made my frame. Because I thought that that frame going around the white is really adding something to our bookmark. That's for the next card. All right. So as I said, I'm using the Regal's Designer Series paper. So I cut a piece from 4. Okay, we're adjusting the camera because evidently I don't have it right. 4 by 5 1/4, and then I just put it in my trimmer and I cut it corner to corner. And now I have 2 triangles that we're going to use. I have a piece of basic white, and it measures 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have our card base, which is not supposed to be a full card base. So let me get my trimmer out here. It should only be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to have to get a new piece of paper. No, this is the way I want it to do. 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. See, I told you, ladies, it's been a while. We did have a wonderful trip. All of the patriotic cards that I showed you that I made for our booth, they all sold. So that was really good. My husband's calling me, forgetting that it's Thursday night. So, all right, I just had some rough edge there, so I just went ahead and flattened it out with my bone folder. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our piece of white paper to the front of our card. Oh, one thing exciting that we got to do, we went to Paula Deen's restaurant there in Nashville and found out that she was going to be having a book signing on that Saturday after our convention was over. So Dorothy and I stuck around in Nashville to go see her book signing, and so we got our picture taken with Paula Deen, and she's autographed some items that we purchased, so that was kind of cool. I've met a billionaire. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do after this, we are going to just put a very thin line of glue on the one edge and along the bottom to place it down on our card front. You want to make sure that you don't glue the whole thing down, because then you don't have the pocket for your bookmark. You'll notice my bookmark is going the opposite direction of this one. It's simply because I cut the piece of paper opposite of what I did my original. But hey, at least today I've got originals to show you. It's not flying by the seat of my pants. So I know how many of you, let's see, who have I got from Rhode Island? Is that it? Long Island, New York. Have you gotten any rain up there? I know our August has been really quite wet. It rained all last week while Dorothy and I were gone. All right, now we're going to do our stamping. And for this, I am going to use, I failed to get something. Oh, well, we will get it in a moment. So on our white piece, I need a piece of white paper that I'm going to die cut the front of this with, so I just need a scrap of white. I'm going to take my white piece here, and I'm going to take my blueberry bushel, and I'm going to use these dots that come out of the Color and Contour stamp set. And I need to get my stamp pad out here since it's a photopolymer. We're going to stamp off and then stamp on. Off, on. And you can even do it the third generation just so that it kind of gives a different illusion. Then I'm going to take the Balmy Blue, which is an accent color for the blueberry bushel. And we're going to stamp our greeting. And I didn't want my greeting to show above my top. So therefore, I did it right here below where my two sides are. So there is our greeting. And now I can go ahead and fill in my dots around that. And sometimes you can get too carried away with dots, and maybe I did. But anyway, so that is that part of it. Now we're going to take our blue frame and we're going to glue it down on top of our white piece. And the directions for this card will be posted out on my blog, SuzieQstamping.com. Hopefully I will still have time to do it tonight. Otherwise it'll be tomorrow. I want to remind all of you that if you purchased any orders of $50 or more in July, then you need to redeem your bonus day bucks by the end of August. My new hostess code, if you are not ordering for the class, will be put up there on the screen for you to see. I'm having to tell my assistant what to do. She's trying to multitask. So there is my frame right around my bookmark. And we're going to take a hole punch and go as close to the center as we can. Punch our hole. And the ribbon that I'm using is the Balmy Blue. And I can't read it without my glasses, girls. Give me my glasses. Yes, Beverly Pauline. So it's the Balmy Blue and white, real lightweight ribbon. So it's kind of variegated white and the Balmy Blue. So I did have a piece here. So we're going to feed it through the front. Just put our tails through there.
Your McAfee thing has got to.
Oh, I know. I've got some silly ad popping up all the time for McAfee, and I don't even have McAfee.
Oh, I can't get it to go away.
You have to go up there, click that. Now go up there to close.
I have.
Now click that box there. Now hit to close again. It's the stupidest thing.
It's stupid.
And I have to figure out why it's doing it. It started doing it right before we left for convention. I haven't even had time to post pictures of our convention. That Dorothy and I were in our uniforms, and we met some Gold Star moms. If you all don't know what a Gold Star mother is, that's a mom who has lost their son or daughter while they were serving in the military. And I'm just cutting off my tails. So our bookmark is now done. And I know that a lot of people don't read hardcover books anymore. I'm still old school, and I like to hold that book in my hand and read it. All right, so we have that. Now for the back part of our card.
I gotta have a little bit of room here, sweetheart.
Oh, that's for my die cut. This piece is not cut right. I thought I had cut it right. It is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I think I cut it at 4 1/4, not thinking. So that's scrap.
Anna says, ooh, pretty.
And
Repose.
oh, hi Anna. Have you sent me your mailing address yet? Because I haven't got it. So it might be buried in my email from when I was gone. So if you want to send it to me, you can send it to my personal email. And that's sue.sanders@charter.net. Send that to me so that I can get your cards out from when you won a few weeks ago. And I'm using the striped side of my paper just to put it down on the bottom. And then this piece is going to go on the back, and there's a place then that you can write your note. So how many of you like the blueberry bushel? Kind of do, and I didn't get my paper straight down there on the bottom, and it's too late now. That glue has taken hold. Okay, so there's that. And now here is our bookmark. We have one more thing to finish up, and then our card for this. Well, I'm trying. Okay, so that way the words on your bookmark don't show. Okay, now let's do our little decoration on the front. So for that, I am using the Smoky Slate.
Anna said she'll send it again.
Okay, Anna, thank you so much. I apologize that I haven't got it, that it got buried in all of my emails. All right, so we're going to stamp our girl that's reading a book in Smoky Slate. And I am going to take the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use a block as my watercolor palette. My water painter, and I am going to get this wet. And all I am coloring in is like the pillows that she's got herself propped up on. So that's how easy this is for the watercoloring, just to give it a little bit of color. You definitely can just leave it blank, or not color it and just leave it or you could do it in any other color that you wanted to for the ink. I tried several different ones, and this was what I decided that I liked the best. And you kind of look around to see where you think she starts her clothing and where you think the blanket is. I think she just kind of looks like she's all wrapped up nice and snug in a blanket reading her book with her dog. I think I just colored her dog. No, I guess I didn't. Okay. And then I just went down here and I filled in for the blanket. And some of this is just going to be cut off when I die cut this. So that color, that blanket side got lots more color. So I'm not doing anything real even or neat, because when you got a blanket, Sometimes it's darker in one area. Could you hand me a Kleenex, please, so I can wipe off my... Clean this, otherwise I'll get it all over my hands, and then I will have a mess. Okay, I'm going to bring in the little blue here and die cut her out using one of the this die from our die sets. So see, some of that blue is going to get cut off there. I got to trim my paper down because the paper's too big to go through my little guy here. And remember, I've told you before, I don't like the sandwich that Stampin' Up! Tells us to use. So I use, reach across the table, my number 3 gray plate, a number 2 clear plate, and then another number 2 clear plate. And it seems to run through for me. And I'm just putting a little bit of sticky tape there, and I'm going to those staggered. Now, don't you play with me tonight. I'm not in the mood. Oh, my. What? Oh. Nope, it's not wanting to go through. Let me put it in a different way, ladies. Sometimes, especially with square dies, you have to feed them in just a little bit different on an angle than straight on, because they don't like to go in straight on. And this one is just not wanting to cooperate tonight. Let me try a different way to...
I think it's because it's
thick. Okay, while she's doing that for me, I'm going to put away my ribbon.
It's warped.
Oh, I need to get new. I need to get new plates. So everything needs to be Wink Castella'd, right? I mean,
Yep.
you know, we need to have some sparkle. So we're going to Wink Castella our bookmark here. And I'm just taking my Wink Castella pen and brushing it against the edge of the cap. We've got new plates. Do you want them, or I can just get the big one out? Okay, so there we have our bookmark Wink Castella. And now we're going to Wink Castella our base card. If it was left up to Dorothy, she would have Wink Castella everywhere.
I'm kidding. It's because this one is so warped.
Warped.
Because I put it on the bottom and then it went through.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just got to play with it because it does, they do work and they do warp. And that's just the way it happens. So, all right. So there's our girl reading. And we are going to put her down here. We have to Wink Castella her too. I did take and just run my Wink Castella over her book just to kind of give her some shine on her book and on her nice fuzzy warm socks. And then just kind of did some splatter for her.
You realize that in just like a matter of maybe 5-6 weeks, we're going to be drinking We're going to be drinking pumpkin spice while we do our
Oh
videos.
my goodness. Oh, tomorrow, ladies, is coffee and chat at 10.
You'll have to do that by yourself.
So
Oh,
if you are interested in that, join me on Facebook at 10 o'clock. So now we're going to put her down here. Where did I have her placed on my original? Whoops. Down towards the bottom. Just like so. And here is our bookmark then. You just kind of have to pull her away. There we go. There we go. So there is our bookmark card. And then on the back, you can do your greeting. So that's the first card. What do you think about that one, ladies? All right. The second one is using the Delightfully Electric paper. You know, that pack has so many different patterns in it, so many different designs that you can use for gobs and gobs of things. This is where we're going to be using this die, and I'm going to show you how you can see. This is just what it would normally cut out at, but I needed it longer because my verse that I'm using is longer than what this die is. So I lined it up, and I'm going to cut it out. I can cut it because I have to cut it twice.
Use it sandwiched like that.
Okay.
See if that works.
So the first part that I'm going to cut is our little flag area, because I need the other area to be longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it, show you how I'm going to sandwich this.
So your Facebook name is Suzie
Q's Stamping.
Okay, just double check. We had a question.
Yep. And I am going to put this in here like this, to where I'm not going to cut the top part of this die. Okay, I'm only going to cut, I'm sure you are, maybe, you know what, little boss, you go away. Big boss, you come and see me.
Uh-oh, she's calling in the big guns.
I'm calling in the big one. We're going to run it through with this one, though. I think it'll work. No, well, because it's not wide enough, ding dong. See, it's been too long, girls. I haven't been doing cards. The concept is the same. You're only going to die cut part of the die at one time. So I am putting my can you all see how that's being done? So my top plate is not going to cut this. It's not going to go through the machine. Okay, so it's going to stop, and it's going to make that clunky sound. You're going to pull that out of your machine, and now you're going to turn around this, and you're going to line it up. And with these stitched shapes, it makes it a lot easier to get those in the grooves that you need them to be in. And so now what I'm going to do is line this up to where this part is not going to be cut. It's going to be cutting just the bottom part. Sometimes I have to think to myself how I want to do this. Whoops.
Because you're making it longer?
Because I'm making it longer. Okay. So that's how you can make a die longer. And sometimes you just got to think about which way you need to go and do it, but you don't need to run it through the whole way twice. You just need part of it done. Okay, Big Boss is going away. There's my die. All right, so for this one here, I said we were using the um, Beautifully or Delightfully Eclectic, and they have a piece of really pretty floral paper, and you have lots of different colors in it. It's got the fresh freesia, it's got old olive, mossy meadow, calypso coral, petal pink, and so I am pairing it on a fresh freesia card, which is the 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have the piece of my designer series paper, and that is at a 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have the inside piece, which is petal pink, that also measures 4 by 5 1/4. This is our flag for our stamping. I didn't finish my inside one, but this will be on the inside. And we're going to embellish it with our brass brushed butterflies. All right, so we're going to stamp on our flag, and I am going to use the fresh freesia. And the greeting that I have is from the Courage and Faith stamp set. So you have these leaves that will go around your greetings that are kind of elongated. You also have a just a dots, and then you have this dot here. So I'm using In Everything Give Thanks. So you could use this for a Thanksgiving card if you wanted to.
It's a good idea.
All right. So here I am going to put our In Everything Give Thanks. And then I'm going to come in with the old olive. And I am just going to add some of the leaves. And I'm not using both one, the ones that go opposite. I'm just using one, and I'm going to go like so that just part of it gets on there. And then I'm going to go like this. Oh goodness, you see what I just did? I just messed that up. Doggone it. And we can't just flip it over, ladies, because there's stitching on the side, and if you flip it over, you don't see the pretty stitching. But not to worry, if you win these cards, you will have this card.
We'll just do another one of those.
Okay.
Off camera.
Yeah, I'll just make another one off camera. And then all I did was put on the 3 brush butterflies. And then you're going to glue your, this is just a 3/4 inch strip of the designer series paper that you get left over after cutting that, because this is a mega pack. And I've cut it down into 6 by 6. It might even be 6 by 6. I can't remember. But when you cut it down, then you get leftover. So there is that, and it's got just a tad bit of hangover, so we're going to trim that off. And that will go on the inside of your card, just like so. So let me get all this stuff moved away. You can see what I've done, besides mess up my thing. You just lay your designer series paper down, and I am using the Stampin' Seal Plus. That and the multi-purpose glue are the 2 of my favorite adhesives. So I laid that down. I did pop this up with dimensionals so that it does have a little bit of dimension to it, okay? But I'm not going to glue my messed up one, and I'll make it off camera. So there is that card. Put this stuff away. Let me pull out this first card, and you let me know.
Says that BSP is real pretty.
It is, and you know, when I first got it, I thought, I'm not so sure I really like all. Now, I will be honest with you, I don't like every design that's in there, but there are several designs that I really do like that you can do something with. So there is are 2 cards for tonight. So let me know which one you like.
So coffee and chats tomorrow.
The picture is of Sue on a gray jacket.
Somebody was asking what your Facebook was.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's what the picture that you see here next to my postings. That's what I'm wearing in my cover photos. So what do you girls think of these cards tonight? I love the bookmark card, and there's so many different ways that you can use it. You could make these for kids for in school, and use the Playing in the Rain set, or you could use the Crafting with You set that has like a ruler and things on it. So you could put that on it.
Kind of cool for your back to school.
Yeah. So for your
teacher.
Yeah, you could give it to the teacher and write her a little note.
I'm sorry, my son talks all the time in school. Please don't hold it against me.
Oh yes, now my grandson is out back shooting. So those are the cards, ladies. I hope that you enjoyed them. Be watching. Well, thank you, Anna. Be watching, because I did order a pre-order of the new mini catalog, which I can show you the cover of, but I cannot show you anything more than the cover until I get the product that's inside here. And I have ordered that, and I have it coming second day air, so keep my fingers crossed. By Saturday I will have it, and then I will do a live unboxing of the new goodies that I'm getting out of the mini catalog. If you would like a mini catalog and you're not one of my customers yet, all I require is a $50 order, and then I will send you a catalog. And you won't be paying the shipping, and I will pay the shipping for it. All right, well, ladies, I will see you again next Thursday night. Will probably be a recorded one. I'm taking another little mini vacation with my granddaughter to Arrow Rock, Missouri, and we're coming home Thursday, but I am not going to try to rush to get a video done at 7. So it will probably be a recorded video that you all can watch and comment on. So until then, you all have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you later. Bye, ladies.